One of the fastest growing markets in Canada right now is the compact SUV segment. Canadians are starting to realize that these smaller SUVs can do everything they need them to do at a price they can afford, and they use a lot less fuel.
This is Volkswagen's entry into the class, the 2009 Tiguan. It's here to take on the top sellers in the class like the Ford Escape, Honda CR-V, and Toyota RAV4. It's late to the party, but it's worth a look.
The Tiguan is Germany's take on a cute ute, and for those that like German cars, they finally have an option instead of having to buy a premium compact SUV. The Tiguan is slightly smaller than its main competitors in all but one dimension. The Tiguan is slightly taller than most. The styling is simple with classic VW headlights, grille, clean lines, and tidy taillights. The Tiguan is based on the Jetta Rabbit platform, and it looks the most like the Rabbit from the back.
A base Tiguan starts at $27,575, which is just a hair cheaper than the Honda CR-V, but that's when this vehicle is equipped with a manual transmission. A better comparison is an automatic Tiguan. That starts at $28,975, which is the most expensive of the best sellers in this class. There are 3 trim levels to choose from. The base model called Trendline, then the volume model Comfort Line, which we have here, which starts at $33,975, and then Highline at $38,375. On the outside, all Tiguans get alloy wheels and fog lights. The base model is fitted with 16-inch wheels, then 17 and 18-inch wheels on the higher trim levels.
Even though the Tiguan is slightly smaller than its competition, it's not that noticeable in the cargo area. Sure, there might be less interior volume, but I think it's going to be fine for most families. You've got a little bit of extra cargo space under here, and the rear seats split and fold.
The interior on this Comfort Line is nicely equipped, yet very simple. Some might call the interior Spartan. The dash is very similar to the Jetta dash with easy-to-use controls for the radio and heat. While we're on the radio, yes, it has an auxiliary input, but the sound is so thin it's like 2 tin cans on a string, a very weak stereo. Other than that, the interior has standard height-adjustable driver's seat, tilt telescopic steering wheel, and cloth seats. The Comfort Line will be popular because of the multifunction steering wheel, huge glass roof, and heated seats. To get leather, you have to get the top model. However, navigation, backup camera, and satellite radio can be ordered as part of the technology package on the middle and top models.
There's actually quite a bit of legroom back here, but if you have a look at this bench seat, it's not very wide at all, and I think it'd be really uncomfortable to try to fit 3 grown adults back here. Even 2 car seats is going to take up a lot of room. You're going to lose out all the space in the middle.
You can go to driving.ca and do this yourself. You can compare vehicles side to side. Put the Tiguan in with all-wheel drive and automatic and compare it to the competition. It comes out slightly more expensive. What this vehicle has, the others wish they had with their 4-cylinder versions. First, the Tiguan is powered by a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder with 200 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque, and all that torque starts to come on around 1700 RPM. Yes, there's a bit of turbo lag off the line, but once in motion, the turbo kicks in and makes the Tiguan a very lively SUV to drive. Power is not a problem, but you do have to adjust off the line. The 6-speed automatic is a Tiptronic, not the 2-clutch DSG type found in the Volkswagen GTI. Now, what I like to do is drive in sport mode to help eliminate the small amount of turbo lag and to help keep the revs up for maximum fun. Up until now, if you wanted a compact SUV from Germany, you had to buy a premium one like the X3 from BMW. There's a new one coming from Audi and also from Mercedes-Benz. Volkswagen fills the need nicely for people that want the German experience but don't want to have to spend a lot of money. I was in Europe this past summer, and the first thing you really notice when you arrive there is just how massive Volkswagen's market share is in Europe, and they don't have that here in North America. They have other compact utility vehicles like the Touran that we don't get here, but at least with this vehicle now, they can start to build back their market share.
The other thing you get with the Tiguan is a very sure-footed vehicle that really thrives in the corners. It's supple, yet it doesn't jar the passengers. The Tiguan really scoots around corners, and like Volkswagen cars, it has very controlled body roll. The base model comes with front-wheel drive, and the other 2 trim levels get the Volkswagen 4Motion system that puts power to the front wheels for normal driving and can shift up to 100% of the torque when needed to the back wheels. Plus, it can detect slippery roads and lock the torque equally front to back. This gasoline version is rated at 10.4 liters per 100K in the city, or 27 miles per gallon when equipped with the automatic, and 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers, or 35 miles per gallon on the highway. I've got some very disappointing news for Volkswagen fans. Unfortunately, at this time, the Tiguan is not being offered with a diesel engine. Now, I know this is disappointing for VW fans because they've really been craving a vehicle like this, and especially one that utilizes the very efficient diesel engines that Volkswagen produces. Sorry, I'm just the messenger. Well, Zach, the Tiguan is a little bit late to the compact SUV party, but do you think it's worth the wait?
Absolutely. As I mentioned in the main review, I was in Europe and I saw the Touran. We don't get that here. It's a compact van / SUV. And I was thinking, why don't we have a vehicle like that? Well, now we have the Tiguan, and that fills the need for people who want a German driving experience in this exploding compact SUV market. So you can get it now. And what do you get with a German vehicle in this class? You get above average performance out of an efficient turbo 4-cylinder engine. Power is not lacking in this vehicle, and you get above average handling. Some of the others in this class, they fill the function need, but they don't fill the driver need for somebody that likes a little bit more of a spirited drive. The seats are very comfortable. It's a nice size for many people. Now, the price is a positive, and here's why. Sure, it's the most expensive when you compare it against 4-cylinder versions, but you can't really look at this as just a 4-cylinder. It's a turbo 4-cylinder, so it's somewhere between the V6s that are offered in the other products and the 4-cylinders. It's like a 4.5. So when you compare it on that level, actually there's good value. On the downside, for somebody that's just looking at value, I think it's going to be a little bit too expensive. The other thing for me is the radio is absolutely awful. 2 tins on a string would be better than this, and for the price they're charging, there's no excuse for having a crappy radio. What did you think of it?
Well, you know what, Zach, I have to agree with you. I really did love the handling, and I think that's going to be something that definitely sets this apart. I really like the exterior styling. It's kind of cute and sporty looking, so that really appeals to me. And I know it won't be very popular, but I think it is great that there is a manual transmission that's offered. On the downside, the interior is just a little bit too plain and simple for me, and I really wish they would have offered a diesel option.
You know what? I think once they find out the popularity of the Jetta diesel and the Touareg diesel, they might start to introduce it in more and more models. Let's hope.
You know, Zach, I've got this cool t-shirt and it's got Volkswagen on it.
Like this and this?
Yeah.
Well, how do they spell Tiguan?
For complete specs, go to our website at drivingtelevision.com.